Hey you guys, so I need to replace a screen, and I'll tell you something that it gets a little costly. Now I have a hardware store that will replace them for cheap. However, I have the skill and the items here to do it. So let's see. First, you need your screen frame. You need to get your actual screen and spline. Many types of thicknesses of spline do come around. So you need to make sure you find one that fits tight in your screen opening. Right here. But not too tight to where it won't go in. That one will go in just fine. When I have the screen in there, it'll be nice and snug. And then they do make rollers for doing them. I have several around here. But of course, I can't find one when I need one. So I'm going to use a composite shim, a screwdriver, and a bracket. Because, well, I'm cheap and I'm not going to go up and buy another screen tool because, well, I know how to do it without. So let me get prepped up and we'll get started. Okay, so I've got my screen laid out over my frame. I am using an extra large roll because this is what I have. I do multiple windows in my house. I use a clamp to clamp down the actual screen material to my workbench. It just helps me know that it's in the right position and it's tight and it's not going to move around on me when I go to put this in because, once again, I'm not using the correct tool. I'm using my own method. I would suggest you go spend a little bit of money to go do that. All right. You find one end. I'm going to start on the furthest end. This is where I take the screwdriver and push it down. Be careful not to pierce the screen. And the roller would actually roll it up. But once again, so I'm going to take my bracket and do just the similar motion that the roller would have done. Okay. Make sure it's in there nice and firm. Okay. Take your corners are the hardest, but I will show you if I can. There we go. Nice and snug. Okay. We're going to go here, push it in, go all the way around. Almost to that next corner. Nice and snug. Make sure when you have your spline that you have extra out of your box or on the roll. That way it doesn't get caught. It doesn't pull. And make sure that, and I did make sure my bracket fit in the groove of the frame. All right, the last little bit. Here we go. Make that corner. This is the hardest one. So I'm going to use my screwdriver because I do not want to rip my screen. With it being at the very end, I'm going to take that off just for my own safety. That I don't puncture my screen because I'm at the very end of it. Okay. Hold. Here we go. The last bit is going to be your hardest because, well, it's got the most tension. So I release my clamps. I'm also gentle because I've done many screens, and at the very end I'm thinking, ooh, yes, this is easy. And right about here is usually where I puncture my screen, even using the proper screen rolling tool. Okay. Now I've got to wrap this corner, so I need to pause and grab me some scissors. Alright, scissors in hand. I'm going to see where I need to cut. Make that cut. And turn the corner. Use the screwdriver. And press it firmly in there. Alright. Now, that took 6 minutes. What you do is you take a box knife and you cut around. I'm going to use a pair of scissors because I do not know right now where my box knife is. And that's okay. So here we go. Let's cut up. And cut along the frame. Doing this with a pair of scissors I think is also very helpful because you can run it along the frame and you're not going to puncture or slip off and cut the frame or the screen inside the frame that you just did. And then I just saved myself $30 approximately by doing a home repair that anyone can do. All right. There you have it. Nice and taut. There we go. 7 minutes and 30 seconds with just one little break. Thank you guys for watching. Have any questions, comment down below, and I'll love to help you out.